Chuck, are you there?
I am here. The one
Yes.
and only Chucky Blaze.
That's right. For those that don't know, this is Chucky Blaze. He's straight from Canada to join us on Hit the Ropes. For some that haven't heard about you yet, you're all over YouTube. Tell us a little about yourself and how you came about in the business.
Not much to tell. I just really always wanted to be a wrestler. Like, I remember telling my parents, actually, when I was like 5, that I was going to be a professional wrestler, and my mom got really pissed off because she didn't believe me. And then, like, she actually took me to a wrestling show when I was 13, Stu Hart tribute show. Have you ever heard about that show?
The which one? Stu Hart?
Stu Hart 88th
Yes.
birthday tribute show.
Right.
With, like, PJ and Harry against AJ and Black Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that match, and then after that, I was like, I really want to be a wrestler. And then I talked to Teddy Hart. He got me into BJ's gym, which was, like, pretty sweet. But I expected to be trained by Teddy Hart, and for the first, like, 2 months, I really didn't do anything. And this guy, Turtle Boy, Jason Carter, he took over, gave me a little bit of training. Then this other guy, Ravenous Randy, he took over a little bit more. And then finally, Tyson Kidd took over, and he's pretty much the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now.
So, I mean, you know, we know when you get involved with the Hearts, you know, there's a huge legacy that goes along with it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, did somebody tie you? I mean, we know, I don't think it's in the basement any longer, but did they beat you up, or, you know, like the legends of the past, or is it more, you know, toned down nowadays?
Tyson Kidd and this guy, Apocalypse, who works mostly around this area, like Alberta, Calgary, and Edmonton. He was in OVW for a while, though. They beat the hell out of me. Like, there were so many days where it was like, all right, take this amount of bumps, and then we're just going to stretch you for a while. And, like, I think the reason why I managed to keep going and they took a bit of a liking to me was because I am a stubborn kid, and they would put me in, like, so many holes, and I would not give up until the point where, like, it was either give up or I was going to have a broken arm.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I you know, learned of you. I did not hear about you till I was chatting with TJ on Facebook, and I went over to Google your name, and some of the moves that you're doing are sick.
Oh, thank you.
I saw some highlight. They have a highlight reel. I don't even remember where I saw it. I assume it was on YouTube. But it's pretty nice. Do you prefer single wrestling, or when you're in what, Rage, I believe is the name of your tag team?
I was in Rage. Brandon Van Danielson, that's my partner. He decided it was a good idea to turn on me a couple weeks ago.
Ouch.
Because he's jealous of the fact that I'm a cruiserweight champion and he's not.
I mean, there's no, you know, where's the love nowadays? People, I mean, it's hard to find good folks.
It is. I thought he was my buddy, but apparently not.
So you know, you were in the tag team. Do you rather, you know, shining by yourself, or you know, if you could find a decent tag team who wouldn't get jealous over your success? Which realm do you prefer? Do you not, you know, it's whatever it is?
Kind of hard to say, to be honest. Like, singles wrestling, I love singles wrestling because there's very few feelings in the world that are better than just having the spotlight shown on you and hearing the fans chant your name or chant holy shit or chant whatever they want to do to show their appreciation for, like, all the pain you're putting your body through. And at first I hated tag team wrestling because of it, But then, like, once I got more used to it, there's so many other things you can do with, like, 4 guys in the ring at once, and, like, one of them being your partner. Like, you can't do double team moves as a singles wrestler. You can't do some of the crazy spots like Towers of Doom or whatever you're doing as a singles wrestler. Whereas tag team wrestling is just an entirely different dynamic. I think my favorite thing is, like, multi-man matches, like 4 ways and 3 ways.
Right, definitely. Now, you're traveling all over. You know, you have connections, you know, to guys at the top. Obviously, you got to pay your dues, but how far off do you think you are from getting into either ROH or TNA or even the WWE? Have any of those? Have you worked any dark matches or been scouted by any of those guys yet?
I haven't, like, worked any dark matches for any yet. I've talked to the Ring of Honor guys a few times. Some new promotion in the U.S. I'm trying to remember where. I think it's Wisconsin. It's talking to me, Future Shock Pro Wrestling. They want me out there in December, and there's supposed to be Ring of Honor scouts there. But, like, I'm 19 right now, and I'm really young. Like, I've even talked to TJ about whether I should do one of those, like, FCW tryouts or not. And his thing is, like, wait until you're older, because they're not going to look at you when you're, like, this young kid that's, like, fresh out of high school or whatever.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, you still got a ways to go. There's no rush.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
at the same time, I have been around, like, for 5 years now, and I'm starting to think, like, I might go for a tryout soon here. Not sure. But either way, one day you will see Chucky Blaze on the big screen.
Now,
and, sorry, Darius. If you're saying on the big screen, exactly, do you have a preference of where exactly, you know, seeing as how there's basically 3 big promotions out there right now, does it really matter where you go?
Doesn't really, in a way, yes, but in another way, not so much, because my whole goal in wrestling has always been, I want to make it somewhere where I can make a good amount of money and stop fairly young. Like, I kind of just want to be able to come back to Calgary, live when I'm, like, 35, and just do little independent shows when I want to. But in wrestling, it's always WWE. Like, that's the top everywhere. Every wrestler in the world, except maybe Japan, wants to go to WWE. Like, I want to headline WrestleMania one day.
All right. Well, you might get there. Now, what age did you start at? 14, training with the over there with the Hearts?
Started at 13. Tyson Kidd took over when I was about 14. So yeah, let's say 14.
So you're wrestling in high school. What is the reaction with other students? I mean, you're in Canada. You're wrestling with the Heart, the names. I mean, is that a big thing, or is it, you know, not as big as I'm making it out to be?
Some people thought it was really cool. Others didn't believe me at all. Others were like, because there was one point where I was like a really unathletic kid, and like I did not look good at all. I have no problem admitting that. And like, they'd look at me and they'd be like, "You're a fat ass. You can't do that." And then a lot of other people, like, that was around the time wrestling wasn't cool anymore. So I got a lot of, like, flack and made fun of a lot for doing it, but it was always my dream, so I didn't care.
Well, how did you go from, you know, being the unathletic kid to doing, which I haven't seen before, a shooting star press off the middle turnbuckle?
Just a lot of hard work. Like, that first year when, like, I wasn't really getting that good of training, I would still go and I'd just